another edition of Scuf Time. My name is Hastr0, and for those of you who don't know me, I am a long-time professional Call of Duty player from the United States, and I'm here to talk with you guys because Scuf Gaming invited me over to do a Scuf Time, and I absolutely wanted to, so here I am. A little bit about me. Like I said, I've been playing professional Call of Duty for quite a long time. These days, I don't really play it as much, but still was involved last season as a coach for Team ENVYUS. Was a 2011 MLG Pro Circuit Stride Gun Pro's Choice Award Coach of the Year. That was a mouthful, but did really well last season with our team. Took second in the national championship. Coached my team to top three finishes in the last 3 events, and did not finish outside of the top 8 except for one event, and that was at MLG Columbus, where we missed a player who couldn't make his flight. So that's a little bit about me. I've been around for a long time, and the reason I'm here today is to answer a few questions for you. If you've watched Scuf Time before, then you know the drill. You get 3 questions, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to answer the first one. So the first question from Scuf is, what has been your biggest achievement as a professional gamer? Now this one I really had to think about. You know, won some championships, like I said, won a little bit last year as well. All those things are great and all, but I'd have to say that my biggest achievement as a professional gamer is just being able to give back to our community, not only to the community of players who love to play the game competitively, but also to the people who watch it, and also some charities and different things like that. Involved with a charity called Gamers Outreach Foundation, and I have to say that that might be one of the most gratifying things to me as a professional gamer, is being able to do what they do and help them out. So that basically involves, I guess I can talk a little bit about talk about it a little more. Whew. But so this is what Gamers Outreach does. They make carts for hospitals. And these carts have a monitor on them. They also have a gaming console and an Hastr0 headset. So they can wheel these carts up to hospital beds, and people can sit there and play video games in their hospital bed without having to move. And that blows my mind. I feel like that's a really important thing for hospitals. I've been in one a couple times, and it's not fun, especially when you're in there for a long period of time. So what we do is we raise money to build these carts. They're pretty costly. And being able to help put some of those carts into hospitals and know that those hospitals have a gaming station because I helped, that's probably the biggest achievement in my pro gaming career, I'd say, is just giving back with things like that. If you want to know more about Gamers Outreach, check out gamersoutreach.org. Anyway, so next question. The question was, how much has the competitive landscape changed since you started playing competitively? So I started playing really competitively at the end of Call of Duty 2 and the beginning of Call of Duty 3 on the console. So, you know, things have changed a ton. Back then there were only about 30 or 40 competitive Call of Duty teams that played on MLG's game battles. And back then MLG didn't even own game battles, it was just game battles. So, you know, about 30, 40 teams that actually played, and everybody knew each other in the community, and you would actually have to schedule matches with the other team. You'd have to negotiate what game types you were playing and different things like that. But to be honest, man, those were the days. It was a lot of fun back then, and there were a lot of awesome rivalries, and everybody kind of got along, but at the same time there were those rivalries where you kind of hated each other at the same time, and the forums were always popping, and you always got to go on and talk to a few different people and bring up some subjects and make fun of people and different things like that. And now it seems like we have, you know, tens of thousands of teams. I remember when Call of Duty 4 came out, we went from those 40 teams to about 25,000 teams on the game battles ladder, and so that was pretty intense to see that many people come over and start playing Call of Duty competitively. So the landscape has definitely changed. I mean, more sponsors now. Back then there weren't sponsors. Everybody was just playing for fun and for the competition and the passion of winning. So I'd say it's quite a different landscape these days. The last question here on Scuf Time for me is, if you could be any inanimate object for one day, what would it be? And now I thought about this one a little bit too. I'm going to kind of give you guys a cheesy answer, but maybe you'll find it interesting. I don't know. If I could be any inanimate object for one day, I would be a satellite in the sky, in space, orbiting the Earth. Because I think it'd be badass, man. You know, you're orbiting the Earth. You got everybody kind of small as a pin, and I'd zoom in because I'd have some badass lens, of course, and I'd spy on all sorts of stuff that I wanted to spy on. I think that's kind of interesting, right? Yeah, I don't know. If I could be one inanimate object, I would probably be a satellite. So here, I'm going to ask you guys a question actually. If you could be an inanimate object, why don't you leave me a comment here on Scuf Time and let me know what you would be and why you would be that inanimate object. But anyway, I'm Hastr0 for Scuf Gaming. Check out their awesome controller. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Love you all. Peace.
On behalf of Scuf Gaming, I'd like to thank Hastr0 of Team ENVYUS for coming on this edition of Scuf Time. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, you can click the Scuf logo in the top left to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On last edition of Scuf Time with Rel, we mentioned a $500 Scuf giveaway. If you chose Hastr0 as the next Scuf Time commentator, then you're eligible to win the $500 giveaway. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to see if you've won. The next edition of Scuf Time will feature a huge YouTuber, so make sure you stay tuned. Until next time, go scuff 'em up.